welcome back to everyone's favorite baseball talk show. We've got suspensions, shutouts, and some international news, all here on Touching All Bases. I'm your co-host today, Maura here with
Brian Warner. And before we get into the topics, let's introduce our famous panelists. Kaden Hughes, Riley Morgan, Drew Landon, Jack Wilbur, and Gatsby Good. We have two new people on here, which we're excited to introduce, but the most fun thing of it all is that this is our last episode before spring break. However, one person is going to have an extended break this season, and that is Jerkson Profar? Is that how you pronounce it? I never remember how to pronounce his first name. He has been suspended for the season for violating the drug, I forgot what the actual term is called. It's like, basically he got caught with PEDs, okay? He got caught with performance-enhancing drugs. He has been suspended for a full season this time instead of just half a season like last year because it's his second offense. Actually, it's the second offense in a row for a season. So please, as we send it over to the panelists, what is your take on this? What do you guys see with this Profar, especially being our Braves fans here on the left?
I'll go first. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I love it. You know what? Good attempt. I respect the effort. You got caught red-handed. Unfortunate, but great try.
I want to say right now, as a Braves fan, I love the Atlanta Braves, and I care a whole lot about this team. I want to see them succeed, and I don't really care about this at all. I mean, if we brought in Profar in the beginning of last year, and then he got suspended, and then he wasn't that good, he's still suspended. I've never really seen him play for the Braves. I can't tell you my favorite Jerkson Profar Braves moment, really. I mean, by the time he came back, we were kind of out of the playoffs. We have, I'm not going to say we have a great lineup right now without Profar, but that's not our biggest problem right now. I'm not super concerned. I'm concerned about staying healthy, everyone playing as well as we're supposed to play on paper, and I'm concerned about our bullpen and our pitching rotation with us being so hurt and stuff. So I think overall, losing Profar, I don't really care. Yep, whatever, it's fine.
I was going to say, are we going to really miss his absence in this because we haven't really seen him a part of this roster for a while? I mean, the $15 million salary he's forfeiting, I feel like what's that to him, you know?
Can we sue him? Can our team sue him? Are we allowed to sue for his
Can sue anybody.
I was just really wondering that when this first went down because he's played 80 games for us in 2 years, and whenever we first signed him 2 years ago, I was actually excited about it. I was excited about the Cunha, Harris, Profar outfield. That was all aura outfield that we had. But what happened last season already made us Braves fans mad, and then with this. That dude's never playing an MLB game in his career ever again. So you're done. You're done.
Yeah, I feel like fool you once, shame on me, fool you twice, and you're out of the league.
That is how this phrase goes. That is the expression.
I've heard that before.
He's an actual loser. How do you do that?
No, it is. I don't. This. We don't have to make this entire conversation and stuff. But I don't get how you're a pro athlete. If you saw him at Target, you'd be like, that's a really fit guy. And I don't get how he's taking his testosterone after already making tens of millions of dollars naturally playing baseball and being an incredible athlete and stuff, to then take testosterone. And it's not like he's Barry Bonds, but he goes from a 250 hitter to a 280 hitter and stuff. I don't understand that risk versus the reward, but I'm also not as competitive as a pro athlete is. So
Riley, you know more about this than me. I feel like the first time when he
that was a knock at you, that wasn't a hurt. Okay.
That's a way too.
Ooh, yeah, come on.
No, but the first time when this happened, wasn't he like, hey, I wasn't actually taking this drug, I was taking this other drug that got mistaken for this drug, and now that it happens again, I feel like that claim is out the window.
Well, yeah, he tried to appeal this one, and it didn't go through, but yeah, he said that last season. But whenever he was in San Diego in 24, he had a career year there, and they're already suspecting he was doing stuff there too, so maybe in San Diego, definitely here in Atlanta last year, and then definitely right now. So this dude just, like I said, a loser. Big flat-out loser.
Back to you, Brian and Maura.
Stop saying that.
Yeah, he always says my name so condescendingly. Anyway, while Profar's legacy is tanking, Ohtani's is soaring. He's hitting 2 homers, including a grand slam in the World Baseball Classic. What do we think?
I feel like we're just seeing the second best player do what he does best.
Second best
What are you
player.
talking-
Who's number 1?
Aaron Judge.
No.
Oh, God.
Do you want to? Let's spend the rest of the show on this now.
Oh,
right?
no.
I
What are
mean,
we doing?
it's
Wait,
just,
let me know when Aaron Judge pitches. Let me know.
Yeah, let me know when he.
Ohtani didn't
Let me know,
pitch
let me know,
most of
let
the
me know.
season last year.
Let me know.
He pitched in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's
and
in
when
Put out
else?
10 batters and hit 3
3
home
home
runs.
runs.
Even though he doesn't pitch all the time, it's still the fact that he's one of the best
He's a
pitchers.
top 15 pitcher in
Yeah.
the league. Where's Aaron Judge? Huh?
I feel like Aaron Judge's batting stats just accommodate for more than Ohtani does overall.
No.
Are you
Albeit his
sure this?
playoff droughts.
I think
Are you-
Ohtani's like 10% better as a power hitter and worse. 10%
That's a
worse
hot
as a
take.
power hitter, and he's a better
Okay.
contact hitter. He's better at running around the bases. He's a better pitcher. I
don't think he's better in any
More
hitting
well-rounded.
metric.
Yeah, exactly. So if right now, if the Yankees traded Aaron Judge for Shohei Ohtani, and that buzzes on your phone right now, you're sad.
I'm sad.
That's insane.
Yep.
That's
That's
idiotic.
insane.
Let's just like have everybody know he's a Yankees
Yeah, he is a
fan.
Yankee.
So
Yeah.
I feel like this take may be a little bit biased. Call me crazy.
Oh, I've said this multiple times on the show, and I've gotten this response multiple times.
Rage
About
bait.
Ohtani though.
Yeah,
Oh
anyway.
yeah, I
It's
forgot about that.
Rage bait.
It's great waking up at like 11 p.m. and seeing that Ohtani hit a home run because they play at like 5
You wake
a.m.
up at 11 p.m.
They play at like 5 a.m. So you just wake up and you see, oh look, Ohtani hit a grand slam 5 hours ago. Like the very first game that they played, grand slam, after already winning with Japan 3 years ago. So he performs in the MLB and he performs on the world stage. It's just like you can't get much better than that.
I don't think you've ever gotten any better than that in the history of baseball. I mean, he's incredible. He might carry Japan all the way through without. And USA, we look good and stuff, but I mean, one player can completely carry a game of baseball. I always thought like in the past that like NBA is the time when like one player can truly carry a team, like LeBron on the Cavs and stuff like that. However many years ago, a lot of examples of that. Shaq on the Magic and stuff like 40 years ago and all that. But Ohtani's kind of changed my perspective there, where it's like if you can pitch and hit. Like, you can really carry a team and do absolutely everything. So I'm curious to see what he does for the rest of the
He
class.
can't carry a team, but yeah.
For a
There's
game?
Debatable.
eight other positions to play.
If he strikes out 10 batters,
I mean,
hits
yeah.
3 home runs.
He has to strike out all 27 and hit a home run.
Maybe.
That's how you carry a team, but
Are we saying he can't do that?
I think he can do that.
I think he can do that.
Yeah, I think, like, in the
I
same
would-
way that LeBron carried the Cavs in 2017, he could, like, if you have a good bullpen and you get 5 innings out of Ohtani and he hits 1 home run, scores 2 runs in a game.
wait, that
like,
means Ohtani has to go all 9.
Nah, he can go 5 or 6. And then just a
So-
solid bullpen.
But when you're hitting them when it counts on grand slams, like you got bases loaded and stuff, I feel like, yeah, that's when you can carry a team. I agree with that.
I think he can carry a team too, and I feel like the consistency, like you were talking about, the consistency of like Shohei Ohtani just matters like so much more than like only showing up in the big moments and just stuff like that. I feel like we've really seen that during this classic so far.
Yeah.
Back to you, Brian and Maura.
Well, you guys talk about consistency. One of the most consistent pitchers last year was Tariq Skubal. I said that name right, didn't I?
Yes.
I messed it up last time in the show. So I'm happy I said it right. But Skubal played 1 game. He took himself after 1 game with the World Baseball Classic for USA. But he came out saying that he wants, that sounded really bad, but he came out saying he wants to pitch more for USA after just pitching that 1 game. So I'd like for you guys to wrap up this 3 to C section by just talking a little bit about what's your belief? Like, how do you think Skubal should be? Should he pitch another game in this World Baseball Classic? I'll leave it to you guys.
Well, I don't like how he went into it being like, oh, I'm only pitching 1 pool play game. If you're going to be committed to Team USA, you need to be fully committed to play until the end. Like, I don't like how he just like, oh, I'm just going to pitch 1 game. He's one of the best pitchers in the game. If you're going to wear the USA jersey, you got to wear it the entire time. And now that he goes out, gets a taste of what it's like, and he's like, oh, actually maybe I do want more. I do want to play more. He went 3 innings and gave up a run, so maybe he's trying to do
Redeem
better.
himself, yeah.
I mean, I feel like it depends on what your definition of how high of a value the Classic is. If it's like the Olympics, like, yeah, you should be pitching those games. But if it's like international friendlies against these teams, like, yeah, you should keep your arm and you should keep it for like the pro team that you're playing for.
It is the
And-
Olympics for them.
I think it comes down, kind of bouncing off what you said, I think it comes down to like what does the MLB and what does like baseball want this to be? Because they're obviously trying to globalize the sport and it is expanding very well. Baseball and basketball are some of the fastest growing sports outside of America. And like if this is just a way for like, the 250 hitter in Mexico that's a third baseman to be on national TV and have a nice little bright lights for him and stuff, then like Scooball can sit this out, that's fine. But if this is something that they want to make like an international thing where there's like pride behind it, and we're talking about the 2026 Baseball Classic and how iconic that was 10, 15 years later, like we do the World Cup and the Olympics, I think he should play and have some pride for that. So it comes down to what you want, because obviously there's injury concerns. He's trying to prepare for his own team, and the MLB is more important than the World Baseball Classic. But if you want it to grow, you need your best players to play.
I agree. I just think at the end of the day, kind of got to look out for number 1. I mean, if he chooses to, hey, like, I don't want to hurt myself, then I can't blame him. Especially, yeah, like we're saying, like, if he doesn't see the World Baseball Classic as big as some other people do, but maybe he does now. Maybe he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm fine risking it. It's really just up to personal preference at this point.
I was going to say, kind of for lack of better words, I could see it as a selfish decision. Again, kind of seeing where you hold this classic at in regards, but if we're throwing around words like Olympic and kind of measuring it to that level of pride, then yeah, I would say it's kind of disappointing to hear his wanting to limit to the one game only, and then now after they've had success, him wanting to continue to go out. So I kind of haven't been able to form opinion on this yet, but I think when it comes down to pride, and especially I love USA, so I feel like if we're going to compare it to the Olympics and stuff like that, I definitely think that it's necessary that he makes a decision and kind of gets the support behind him.
I mean, I feel like we're kind of flying through these. We have some time to burn. What, like, just from you guys, what is your value of, like, the WBC? I know you said it was more of the Olympics, but what do you think?
Just kidding.
I think that it needs to do more to grab my attention, and maybe that'll just be a case of time and stuff. I think that overall, because it's stuff like this. Like I think the effort that the players put in matters so much for how everyone's going to perceive it and everyone's going to take it. I think that as we get, because I think that what builds sports is like star name value players and rivalries. That's what builds pretty much every narrative in every sports league and makes everything great. Is those two things. That's what makes history in all sports. So when we have rivalries, if we ever reach a point where it's like, oh, there's a controversial Japan call. Like if we're like, oh, we hate Japan, we want to beat Japan, and Japan's like, oh, we got to beat the USA and stuff. Like if we reach that point, that's when I'll start to care and start to watch and stuff. And then additionally, if players are coming out like, if Scooball was like, waving off someone in the 8th inning, 110 pitches in, and was like, I'm finishing this game, I'm fully hooked.
They are like that. Like the World Baseball Classic is that hype. Like, do y'all remember 3 years ago whenever
it was so good.
Whenever it was Ohtani versus Trout in the
Yes.
in the championship, like that was the moment. And then Ohtani struck out Trout, and that was like the most liked like media thing, baseball media thing like ever. And then like already this baseball classic, we've already had Ozzy Albies' first walk-off home run for the Netherlands. We've had the Dominican Republic looking crazy, Puerto Rico. Like, there's a rivalry between Puerto Rico and the Dominican. Like, there's rivalry.
That goes far beyond baseball.
There's rivalries there. Like this, I don't know. Maybe you just like haven't been seeing it, but it's definitely.
That's a good point.
I think I agree with both of you. I think it's changed a lot this year compared to 3 years ago. I feel like it's being treated more like of an Olympics event. There's more people in attendance at these stadiums now than there was, let's say, 3 years ago. And I feel like there's no other event other than this that goes through. But also March Madness is going on during this time. And I feel like the March Madness headlines do go over the WBC headlines. Which, I mean, if we're treating it at an Olympic standard, shouldn't be the case, I feel like. Because we should be hearing about Team USA more than we should be hearing about, I feel like, Furman versus, like, Wofford. Two random colleges. I couldn't think of anything else. But I'd love to hear Jack and Gatsby's opinions on this side, too.
I was going to kind of say, are we comparing this to Olympics because those were kind of going on simultaneously? Like, we're in this Olympic mindset now. But like you said, not only is March Madness kind of taking over headlines, but so is things like the NFL trade and stuff like that that's literally going on and stuff today that is kind of overpowering this. And baseball is America's pastime, literally. So I feel like this is kind of a hard thing to compare to the pride of the Olympics.
I think personally, so like right now, I would say like I truthfully, honestly, don't care too much about it. I am much more of a like March Madness guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm still entertained. But I think the biggest thing that I would say, this just needs to be publicized more. I mean, we're all kind of like dancing around that fact. Hey, you just got to push this like in the media. I feel like it isn't really being pushed, and I feel like that's its biggest downfall. And that's why a lot of people aren't seeing many things about it. So I just think this needs to really get on people's screens, especially people who, like me, aren't like the biggest baseball fans, but are still interested. Because then if I start seeing this on social media, on TV, whatever it may be, then I'm like, wow, like I'm hooked. I want to be watching this more, and I just naturally get more interested.
Why?
I feel like it's just different algorithms for people because like Ohtani's Grand Slam on Twitter got 300, 400,000 likes, which on Twitter is crazy. So like people are seeing this. It's just like, I guess, algorithm.
I think that this panel properly represents, I think, the public in general, though, because I feel like I agree with everything you are saying, and I think that if you're a diehard baseball fan, the World Baseball Classic has
This
reached
is your
you. Like
thing,
I'm a diehard NBA fan, and the USA versus the world, I would say, like, has not reached me at all and stuff. Like that doesn't always apply. I think they've caught full-on baseball fans. I think a casual fan that's like, oh yeah, when the draft happens, I see you went first overall. When the Olympics are going, I throw it on in the background. I watched the World Series and the playoff basketball. Like those people and stuff. The World Baseball Classic hasn't hit that rotation for them yet. I feel like I'm somewhere in between there, but I see what all y'all are saying, and I feel like we kind of represent the school of thought across all of sports fans, all the way to specifically baseball.
Also, it's only pool play. Like these
Yeah.
games don't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
So like once it gets like down to the nitty gritty, like in a couple weeks, we might be seeing.
We'll reconvene then.
Yeah.
And one more topic. Do
Okay.
you guys think, because there's no baseball event in the Olympics right now, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Should we think the WBC should just be classified as an Olympic event?
Well,
I think it should
I
be.
think it is. They don't play during the actual Olympics because that's their mid-season. Like the Olympics play in June, July. That's mid-MLB season. So that's why baseball can't be incorporated into the Olympics. So that's why they do this. So that's why I say.
I mean, it would bring up an interesting topic of like, hey, maybe expanding the MLB season, not games-wise, but maybe like take a break or something. We've
Well,
seen
like,
the
they
NHL
have
do
the
that.
All-Star break.
Is it like the hardest thing in the world to like be like once every 4 years we're taking 3 weeks
That's
off
what
of
I
the
mean. Like, hey,
Olympics, and
like
then,
once
like,
every
But
couple
like,
seasons, we
then
just
you're,
have to like.
you're taking the best players off of some teams that are like maybe fighting tooth and nail to get into the playoffs in a couple months. So like if you take their best players to play for the Olympics, then
I do agree. Can I say something though?
You go.
I know you had something to say,
Yeah, you go.
but like the whole Olympics thing, I feel like is supposed to be like the biggest thing. It's supposed to be like, hey, I see at least like with the NBA, you see guys who are like, I want to go out there and freaking like die for my country. Luka has talked about, hey, I would rather win a gold medal at the Olympics than win an NBA championship.
That's
If
not ridiculous to say.
it's not, and so if that's what we can make this, if we could make this World Baseball Classic, if we can make it an Olympic event, and then to the point where it's like, hey, it's once every 4 years in the Olympics, it's this massive deal, then I feel like, hey, it's not going to be that bad, even though, like, yeah, you're taking players away from their teams, but if it becomes an Olympic event, then the whole world is going to be watching. Even though all these countries are being represented right now, I don't feel like the whole world is watching.
I see what you're saying.
I can keep
it would
going,
just
bro.
be hard to take those players away for. I know the Olympics are like the Olympics, but like it's a few month span, and then they have to go right back to their team who could have just lost everything for them.
Well, that's why I was saying I don't know, I can't think of the word. Here is what I would offer, put on the table, is to like expand the MLB season a little bit, just once every 4 years, and have a break, and so these players can go play, and then it's not like you're just taking them away and you're risking like, these baseball teams not having their best players and playing games without their best players.
Yeah, put opening day on March 20th. Have the last game of the season be 10 days after the last game of the season is right now.
And then expand the All-Star break.
And again, it's not an
Yeah,
every
exactly.
year thing, so
Yeah,
I think there's definitely some way we can.
If that
fix
was the
this.
last stop, like if the Olympic Committee and baseball and like the intent of globalizing baseball, like if everything was all like this is what we should do, I don't think that's a big enough barrier where we would stop it. But I think we're not as intentional about it because of that though.
Yeah,
Right now.
I agree.
Back to you, Brian and Maura.
Next up for the show, before the show, we have a team that hits a little close to home for me. LaSalle University traveled all the way down to Clemson to get absolutely blown out by the Tigers in a 4-game series, 52-12.
How local is LaSalle to you?
7 minutes away?
7
Really?
minutes away. Really?
Maybe a little further.
I'm
Maybe like 15.
From Furman. That's cool. So that's mine. Like the smallest one I'm close to. Do you know anyone that goes there?
Yeah, I knew people on their baseball team.
Who?
Brendan Till.
How did you do?
Dude.
Well, obviously not great if they got blown out 52-12.
Over the course of 4 games, 52-12.
Sweet.
Cool.
I
Is
said
it a
that.
nice campus? I'm just-
No, it's in the heart of Philadelphia.
I have nothing to say.
I didn't really know like what this kind of thing was, like what we were doing. So I just decided to write murder because we murdered them. Go Clemson. Definitely not biased. I didn't really know what we were doing for this segment, so I decided to write the words murder because that's what I thought of this
What's
series.
the name of the-
One thing I do want to ask y'all about, what do y'all think about Aiden Knack was sitting this weekend? He didn't pitch at all. Coach Backick announced that earlier this week after their game against Michigan State that they had in Greenville, but they said he was going to be out for this series and then hopefully just to rest his arm a little bit.
Wait, who was it?
Wait, I have something to say.
Oh,
I never
okay.
say
I think-
anything, so
Tomorrow.
I'm going to say I really don't think he needed to. I don't think he needed to play. I think sitting him was probably smart because they didn't need him. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree with Maura. You know what? Rest him until we need him. Keep him out. Let him heal up. I'm a big fan of letting your players rest, especially when you're playing teams you don't need him for. So
We got ACC play coming up, so definitely
Yeah.
a
get him
big
healthy.
player. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was at 2 of these games this weekend, and we run ruled them 3 out of the 4 times. So we only played 7, 7, 7, and 9. So we only had to play 7 innings 3 times out of that series, which is crazy. And then, yeah, final scores of like 16-3, 16-4, 14-2, and then 6-4. That 6-4 game was ugly because our defense needs some help. We committed 3 errors in the field in that game, and also I don't know, but the pitching low-key gave up hella homers this series. Like
Loki gave up hell.
like
It's a bar.
like always, like in the beginning of the game, like I would watch, like we would get up and then they would hit like a 2-run homer to like take the lead, and then we would take the lead right back and then just cruise. But like I feel like we need to start off strong and not let them get that little glimpse of like hope, because that's what they had every single game. I mean, it didn't matter in the end, but just like going forward into ACC
I was gonna
play.
say, you get a dangerous team that gets a fire under their butt like that,
It
and they
won't-
can
it
take
won't
that
work.
and run with it.
Yeah.
So whenever we get a little bit better, more strong competition, especially like you were saying in the ACC, I think giving them that glimpse of hope can definitely hurt us and get down on our team's confidence as well.
Yeah, you were talking about Aiden Connect being injured, and with that injury, I could be wrong on this stat, but I think I remember seeing this in an article. I think Talon Bell stepped in for the first time in like 2 years he played a game because he's been suffering with like a lot of injuries and he's been on and off. And then Justin LeGuermick, we've talked about him. Me and Riley talked about him off air a few days ago, but he's gotten his ERA a lot better. He actually has a .78 ERA now because of what he's done recently throughout this season, and he just put up a really good relief performance. And
First career save.
yeah,
I saw him driving today. He drives a Bronco Sport. I wanted to go and interview
color?
him. Black.
I drive a
I saw
Silver.
it
on your window.
Right
you're
that-
supposed
No,
to.
I was like,
Yeah.
hey, can I stop you for an interview real quick?
What's the license
Jay
plate?
Leggy. Oh, I don't know. I should have.
Jay Leggy.
There would have been some boots on the ground journalism right there.
That's what you gotta do to
In the
get
car while I was on Tiger Walk. Yeah.
What you gotta do.
Back to you, Maura and Brian.
Oh, I guess I'll just.
Yeah.
Well, we are moving on to the next segment, the famous buy or sell, as we have all of our panelists give us their opinion. So our first buy or sell, I know there's only one on the script, but we decided to add a few extras. So the first buy or sell we have is that the USA has a better team than the Dominican Republic. Buy or sell?
I don't have a marker that works.
I'm going with sell for this. I haven't been able to watch USA yet, but I've watched the Dominican, and they are insane. Their lineup is insane. Just top to bottom, just power hitters like Junior Caminero, who hit 45 homers last season. Fernando Tatis, Vladdy. They have Juan Soto. I don't care about him. He's trash, but we're gonna act like he's good to make this sound better.
Walk-off homer.
To make my point
Walk-off
sound
homer
better.
for Juan Soto.
That was it was a walk-off homer
12-1 walk-off.
to run rule the team. It wasn't no walk-off homer.
A run
It was
rule?
No walk-off
Wait,
homer.
run rule.
Say
Walk-off
run rule,
home run.
walk off 5 times fast. Run
Rule, walk-off, run rule.
No, don't.
And oh yeah, wait. I'm
Grant, cut that out.
gonna read off their lineup. Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, Tatis, O'Neal Cruz hit a home run. Santana, Ahmed Rosario, Geraldo Perdomo, Ketel Marte, Manny Machado. I said Vladdy. I said Junior Caminero. Yeah, crazy team. And then I mean the USA. I'm sorry.
We'll wait. It's never.
So rudely
And then-
interrupted.
Formal apology, I did not mean to
And then
click on
just
that,
the
and I'm
USA
scared to
team,
open my
like,
phone again.
USA is good, but they also don't have like key players like Mike Trout this year. They don't have Trey Turner. They didn't invite Trey Turner back, who literally carried the entire team last WBC. But they have a good team, but I think DR is better.
We have a great team. That's why I'm buying. Okay, go USA. We're absolutely going to win. I'm glad that we get to prove this. If the Dominican Republic played USA right now, the spread would be in the USA's favor, absolutely, and stuff. And that's what I always follow. That's the Jordan York loves that college football metric and stuff. Kind of like hate it when he does it for that. I actually hate Jordan's college football opinions in like every capacity. He does not know what he's talking about.
Is Jordan
But when it comes
filming?
to
Isn't
baseball,
Jordan filming?
I don't even know if he's here. When it comes to baseball, he'll
He's
watch
getting
this
thrown
stuff.
under the bus.
Yeah, when it comes to baseball though, and a lot of other sports, I like looking at what would the spread be if these two teams played. You listed that roster. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm stuttering a lot more. But you listed that roster and stuff.
Rookie.
They got Cal Raleigh, okay, 60 home run Cal Raleigh, Alex Bregman, Bryce Harper.
Third
I
best
see
player.
Bryce
Bobby
Harper's
Witt.
old.
Third best
I
player
see
in
Aaron
MLB.
Judge. I see Kyle Schwarber. Dude,
First
that's
best player.
Kyle
in
Schwarber's
MLB.
trash.
it's a lot better than your Dominicans.
They have a better pitching
No.
rotation.
I was gonna say the pitching's pretty lethal. I don't really follow this that well, so I feel like I'm not qualified to talk about it. But I said so as well. All I know is DR's got some lethal pitching and a pretty stacked roster in that sense. So that's what I'm going.
I mean, when you got the best player in the MLB, it's like
The best
what are you?
player. The best player.
This is the same guy that just had his board up there with So, by
How
the
do
way.
you even like compete with that? Yeah, no, that's all I have.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I wrote Sell initially, like Drew. But you know what? Like, what are we doing? We're Americans sitting up here, freaking buy, man! Like, oh my goodness.
Gotta buy it.
Cue the Eagles.
Yeah, cue the Eagle, patriotism, free bird, something.
Hey,
Give me
Grant,
something
put
good.
that in.
Please put that in. Yeah. Maybe throw like an American flag behind me. I don't know, man. Go America. What are we talking about?
What are we doing?
I should walk off this studio right now. I'm done. I'm good. That's my take. Back to you, Brian and Maura.
The free bird.
Yeah.
That's his cover for not knowing about what's going
So
on.
I have a would you rather that I came up with for you guys,
What?
and you can write the answer on your whiteboard. Would you rather be a bench player on the Rockies or a AAA player on the Mets?
A star. You're the best player on the team.
But you're not getting called up. Well, eventually.
I have a pretty easy answer for this one.
So do I.
Did you
The Rockies, absolutely. I would never want to be cursed on that trash ass team ever.
She
I'm
would
talking
rather
about the
be an
Mets.
ace on the Rockies. Or she'd
I'd
rather
be
be an ace on the
able
Rockies
to
than an ace
play.
on the Mets.
I
Best player
could,
on
I
the
could
Rockies.
play and I could prove myself to go to a way better team than the Mets.
Did you hear the second
Are you
part?
going?
You're never gonna
I'll be so quick, dude. I care about like attention and like how people see me a lot and stuff. And I just think that if I'm like, oh, I'm on a AAA team, but my team's actually
For
like
the
a
Mets?
my team's actually like a 500 team and stuff. Like I don't really care about that. But like if I'm an MLB player, then I'm just an MLB player. Most people don't care. You see me around and stuff. It's like, you know, if I'm doing a little meet and greet in near my local whatever like community and stuff. You know, if I'm talking to someone, like I'm just an MLB player. It
So you'd
doesn't
rather
matter.
be on
So
the
I'd rather
bench?
be on the Rockies. I'd rather be a bench player on the Rockies for sure.
I'll follow it up because I agree, but for different reasons. My dream job ever since I was a little kid, backup quarterback in the NFL. So like, yeah, are you kidding me?
life
If
is
I
not
got to
easy,
sit
man.
there on a
Like, Blue
professional
Mountain
MLB team, travel the country and do jack squat, get paid millions, set me up like.
Bring my PlayStation. Take a
That's what I'm
couple $1 million,
saying. Like,
just
if I don't
pull
gotta
up,
do
sit in the
anything,
dugout.
I would love that. That's my dream
Yeah.
job right there. Bench, professional, anything, honestly.
That sounds like the take of someone that's really lazy and doesn't want to do the hard work.
You'd
She's
be
not
correct.
wrong.
You
She's
should-
not wrong.
I'm going Mets star player. The bench hates to see me coming, but I won't be there, so it's okay. I think I also am very competitive and I want the attention, and so I feel like the bench life, that's not for me. So I'm going star.
I would just become the best. Like that's just
No, you wouldn't.
that's just how I, am as a
anyone
person.
can be on that team.
All of
Anyone
like-
can be on that.
Like I feel like if I'm
AAA.
if I'm on AAA on the Mets, I am gonna make my way up because of that Mets roster. A and
It's
B
trash.
because I'm gonna have Aaron Judge as my mentor and Ben Rice.
What are you talking
And then
about?
I'm
What is
just
he
gonna be
talking
Aaron Judge is
Oh,
blocking your
Freddie
number.
Freeman and Michael Jordan
Wait,
is my
how is
mentors.
Aaron
Why-
Judge
why
going to
are
be your
you-
mentor?
This is
in
when we need the red
Queens?
light. The
Yeah, we need the voice of God.
Let's add a stipulation, is Drew. If you never get called up, but you like set so many records in AAA, would you still stay
That's-
there? You never get called up in your entire career. You're just.
That's-
an
He'd
ace
probably
on
say
the
yes
list.
because it's still he can get closer to Aaron Judge
Realistic.
that way.
It's not
So
realistic.
I think
It's
that's all he cares.
it's the scenario.
Hypothetically, if I get an interview with Ben Rice as a AAA player on the Mets, then that's all that
I know
matters
these are
to me.
completely different teams.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah, no.
I think he's just saying New York.
So I'm just saying I'm gonna be in
Aaron
the
Judge
area.
ain't gonna help no Mets AAA player.
That's what I was
Yeah, dude, I'd love to be a backup quarterback on the New York Jets so I can hang out with Jackson Dart, dude. That'd be
Dude,
the best.
Wouldn't we all?
I thought you were just talking about being.
No, but I want to go back to that real quick, Jack. My dream life is Kurt Benkurt's life. You know Kurt
Yes,
Benkert?
I love Kurt
He's the
Benkert.
backup quarterback. Like genuinely, what I would do is I just be a backup. I show up. I'm with a starter. I'm watching some film, and then I'd go home. I'd play Madden. I'd live stream it. And if a quarterback plays Madden, you know,
That's literally what he. For anybody who doesn't know, that's literally
That's
what
literally
he does.
what he does. Just I was
He
there
used
for
to be a
8
backup
years, and then
quarterback.
after that, I'd be multi-millionaire. I could get 50 views or a million. It doesn't matter. I'm fine.
He literally was a
It's cool.
backup quarterback, made millions. Now his day job is playing Madden.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
we
say
serious?
name any team I could be on. I could be
Yeah.
on the Commanders and stuff.
Falcons with Tua and.
I'll be on the Falcons. I'm a backup on the Falcons and stuff. I'll just be like, hey, Bijan Robinson, come play Madden with me. He'll come. We're friends, in this world. He'd love me.
The only thing that can
Madden.
be scary is if the starter ever gets hurt, and then it's like, oh shoot,
then you have to
this
be
became
a
important
quarterback.
at work.
Yeah. Yeah, when your job at work becomes
Yeah, then
Yeah,
you
very-
gotta work and
yeah.
log in.
You're gonna be sitting there like Ocho Cinco eating a hot dog on the bench.
Yeah.
It's like, go in. It's like, oh, shoot. I don't know what we're doing. But, Kaden, I do want to give respect to your joke, the Jets to the dart. That was a good joke. No one, I don't think.
No,
that
I
got
appreciate
that.
it.
was a pretty good one. I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty good. So I'm going to give that to
What are
you.
you talking about, Aaron Judge with the anyway?
But we have one more question for you, and this is going to go back to the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. So I actually looked this up a few days ago, and I was shocked to find this out. We have someone like Jazz Chisholm. I said that right. I never know if I pronounce the players' names right, but I just roll with it. So they are. Jazz is playing for the Great Britain team, which made me question: do you guys think? I guess you say by yourself that players should be allowed to play for teams that they were not born in, or at least as far as countries go? Because I think Jazz's connection was his the island he grew up in was under Great Britain territory, but some players play under their parents. What's it called? Like lineage. Like where their parents were born.
Isn't there an NBA? Wasn't there someone in the NBA?
Was it Joel Embiid?
Yeah, it was Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Joel Embiid played for Team America, even though he's
Yes,
from Cameroon.
yes.
So essentially, my question is: should people be allowed to choose any team they want to go into? Like, can it be for multiple teams? Is what I'm saying.
Well, they have to have a citizenship.
Anything
Or
you have
should be
citizenship in, I think you should be able to play in. But
That's a very.
I don't understand Jazz
apologize
playing
for
for Great Britain.
I think if what Brian's saying is true, I don't really understand the situation, but if what Brian's saying is true, and it's the idea that it was like a territory that was once owned by Britain, I don't know. Like that's a weird situation.
Jazz was just trying to be the best player on a crap team.
Me and Gatsby don't really care.
We can't even see your
That's
board.
hilarious.
Nice.
I care. I just can't figure out how to wipe my
Mine
whiteboard.
says sure, and hers says I don't really care.
I'm just gonna tell
Yeah,
you.
I made the question.
Good,
Yeah, I'll say-
good question. I just don't really know an answer that people would want to hear.
No,
about.
but
Now
I have a cool fact.
I want to hear you to be honest. I want to hear your honest opinions.
We're all watching the show. We want your honest opinions.
I'll give my honest opinion. I mean, this is totally, completely different. Maybe it has nothing to do with this. But, I was born in Boston, but, I grew up in Florida. I feel like if there was something... Yeah, if there was something
If we
where
seceded
it was,
again, you had to pick a side.
Yeah, and if
Who
I had
would
to
you
pick a
fight for?
side, it's I don't really
The
know.
Confederate Army or the Union?
Yeah, see? What if I, sometimes I want to play for both? Now, I will say, though,
Switch whoever's winning. Like, what are we doing?
yeah, I mean, maybe whoever's winning. Maybe
You
I want to
by
play for
yourself.
both. Maybe I want to play for who's winning. Maybe I want to go be the best player on the losing team. I don't know.
So just
But,
bandwagon, basically.
I get, being from basically, two different places. I understand that. So, I get the appeal. And then
that's
especially
the
if you're
exact
somebody
same.
I know this isn't baseball, but Joel Embiid, playing for
gets it.
Team USA, it's yeah, I get that. Because it's hey, Team USA's a lot better than Team Cameroon.
I just feel like it cheats the system because you don't make the USA roster, so you're like, oh, I'll go to Great Britain where we have no talent.
Well, I think if you have citizenship in both places, that's different than the lineage thing he was talking about. I think if you're born in Great Britain or born in a place affiliated with Great Britain, then you come to America, that's different. But the MLB is in America, so I would like if the people not from here played for their countries and then we played for America.
That
Cancel.
sounds
But I'll be
awful.
honest, I got halfway through.
Do you think Jazz Chisholm did it for attention?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
He was
He does
wearing
like-
glasses the whole time. He doesn't wear glasses. He was literally wearing nerd glasses the entire time.
Blue light glasses.
And now
love
they're
it.
eliminated.
I love it.
Now they're eliminated.
I think the lineage thing though, is dumb.
Yeah.
My grandfather's from Scotland. There's no reason I should ever have any.
Yeah, you
real,
go play for Team
yeah.
Scotland. Team Scotland.
No.
Everyone starts getting their ancestry and 23andMe
Yeah.
done, so they can be like, all right, where can I jump to
3%
next?
Irish. I'm gonna go play
Exactly.
for Ireland.
Yeah, no, that's dumb.
Oh,
But
everyone's
the citizenship thing I think is valid. If you have dual citizenship, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Joel Embiid playing for Team USA.
yeah, that was dumb.
I don't like Embiid, so get off
Yeah,
my team.
I don't like.
Riley doesn't like anyone from Philly. So
I just hate
thought you were
Joel.
gonna say anyone
I just
from
hate Joel
Africa.
Embiid.
So it's you just said, you're I'm full for dual citizenship.
No, I
You're like,
am. I just hate
Screw
Joel
Embiid. I don't want him on the team.
Yeah, those are separate things. Yeah.
Sorry, Maura, but I
That's
hate
fair,
Joel
you're something.
Embiid.
I don't love him either.
Oh.
He sucks. Sorry.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining us and our new faces on Touching All Bases. We'll see you next time.